Coming at you from East Texas on January the 28th, 2015. This is an article on CNET entitled Bill Gates is worried about artificial intelligence too. Goes on to say how Bill Gates has a warning for humanity. Beware of artificial intelligence in the coming decades before it's too late. He goes on to say, I am in the camp that is concerned about superintelligence. He says, first, the machines will do a lot of jobs for us and not be super intelligent. That should be positive if we manage it well. A few decades after that, though, the intelligence is strong enough to be a concern. Well, let me tell you, first of all, the machines are already doing some jobs like that hotel in Japan where they have, front desk people who are droids and, people who clean the rooms who are droids, and they have that. I saw that the other day in an article. And then, it says that they won't be super intelligent. Oh, that's a lie. The AI is super intelligent right now. Right now. They could probably... I wouldn't be surprised if we're not to the point where they could be fully, fully conscious and just take over. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, here are these people that come out and say as much, and then they, let me just go on down before I get all going on rants. It talks about, it even talks about the movies, The Matrix. Says the reason they're worried is that AI isn't science fiction anymore. In stories and movies, AI is often represented as a good idea gone horribly wrong, like in The Matrix, or down it mentions the Terminator movie series. And, we know what happened there. It wasn't good. Okay, go on down. It just basically is just, okay, I don't need to go over the article really anymore. It just talks about, here's this. Gates' warning comes as Microsoft is developing a machine intelligence called Cortana. The software based off the well-known AI character from the company's Halo series of video games is available in Microsoft's Windows Phone mobile software. Cortana will soon make its way onto PCs as part of Windows 10, the new version of the company's popular operating system. Windows 10 with Cortana is due later this year. Cortana, due later this year. Okay, I don't know anything about Cortana. Should I? I don't know. I mean, they're making some sort of warning about, some sort of AI intelligence called Cortana. What the hell is that about? And then, okay, you back up and you got the, these other elitists, and I guess Gates is part of this bunch in Davos. Why would he not be there? These elites go to Davos, Switzerland, and they're talking about, the possibility of, increased cyber attacks in 2015, fivefold in number of attacks as opposed to 2014, and going on about, the threat of cyber attacks, and then other articles coming out from things that they're discussing relating to, the potential for, cyber attacks to hit utilities, to hit, even hitting the street lights. I mean, turning lights green that should be red, stuff like that. And then you have, just yesterday I mentioned in a video how they were doing a mock cyber terror drill in Hawaii, simulating cyber attacks on ports out there, which could cause mass mayhem, and drugs and weapons being smuggled in, which, I wouldn't. Come on, man. These so-called terrorists out there that we know who's funding them, and we know who's supplying them with weapons. So if any drugs, come in through those ports, or any weapons come in through those ports, it's going to be because certain drugs and weapons were allowed to, so that they could go to the whatever destination they have for them. I won't even get into that. So, so rhetoric about cyber attacks, and then you got this guy, Bill Gates, and along with other people, Stephen Hawking's come out and said that AI could be a problem. Hello. And I'm just wondering, I mentioned this in a video yesterday. I said, what is going on with these cyber attacks? I mean, are we fixed to take a hit from AI? I mean, is AI like fixing to really rock our world, and we're looking at some sort of, Terminator moment, or whatever? I don't know. I mean, I just thought it was always science fiction. I love the movies. I love science fiction. And, you just don't really think about it becoming real. I mean, although I guess maybe they were trying to tell us through the movies that it had the potential to become real. Because because we probably should have been thinking about this stuff back then when these movies were telling us about that stuff. And I think the Terminator came out in about 1982 or 3, and then Matrix came out later in the 90s, and these shows were probably trying to tell us, we need to get our get this stuff figured out before it becomes intelligent, which it probably was back then. And I don't know, it's just crazy. It's crazy to now see all this rhetoric in the news, and that's my point. And it's just something to think about. And in the days ahead, I'm sure we're going to see more cyber attacks. I'm sure there's going to be maybe infrastructure, critical infrastructure that's taken down, instead of just people got used to, oh, okay, it was Home Depot that got attacked, or it was Chase, or it was Sony or whatever. And how's that really pertain to me? Well, when it's really going to pertain to you, a cyber attack is going to take out a grid or something of that nature, where all of Seattle loses light and power, or all of St. Louis loses light and power. And I've showed you on the Norse website where St. Louis and Seattle have been taking mega shots of cyber attacks. I mean, it's just, if you think that website is accurate and you really believe that that's what's going on, I don't know. It's kind of interesting to look at. So I'm like anybody. I'm trying to put the pieces together. That's just what I do. It's like kind of solving a puzzle. I never really liked puzzles much, but I like this. I like to try to figure out, where all this is headed, and where the elites are taking us. What rat hole are we fixing to go down? I mean, this is something else. But anyway, that's it. Have a good one.